Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is a story time, as you can see by the title, about a situation that happened to me that I told myself after like a couple months, and when I felt comfortable to share, I was gonna make a YouTube video about it, see if I can help somebody else not have to go through the situation that I went through. So if you're interested in watching the video, stay tuned. This video is really just gonna talk about a situation, and that situation is that I had a terrible experience getting lip fillers a couple months ago. Let me just say that last year I decided for the first time to get lip fillers, and I had gone to a lady. It was fine, I just didn't feel like there was a big difference in what she did, so I didn't go back to her again. So now getting into like, you know, what actually happened. I meet this doctor, he's a cardiologist, and he says, oh wow, you have such nice lips, like do you want to get them filled in a little bit? So I'm like, oh well, I did. I could do it for you. How much did they charge you wherever you went? And I told him when I went to the lady the first time last year, she charged $575. I could do it for you for $300. You come to my office, I do it for you, no problem. So I'm like, okay, great. We exchanged numbers. I didn't think it was really gonna happen, but he would keep like insisting that I go, you know, like do these lip fillers with him. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So we set it up for a Saturday morning. When I woke up, it was raining outside. The day was so ugly, such an ugly day, and I didn't feel like going. Like I was like, I don't want to go. And then he kept calling. He started calling me from his office, you know, like, oh, I'm waiting on you here, da, da, da. So I'm like, well, I don't want to, like, you know, not show up to this appointment that I told him I would go to. So I go to the appointment, and when I get to the office, there's nobody there. He is the only one there, and you know, I come in. Immediately I was like, shit, like what did I do? Like I know this is not gonna go well. Immediately he starts injecting the inside of my mouth with some like numbing. Now the first lady that had done my lip fillers last year had just put like numbing cream on my lips, and it was fine. This man starts going to town. Like he just starts like injecting here, injecting there, here, wherever he like sees, he just starts injecting. And I'm there. And when he's finally done, he shows me, and I'm like I could tell. I was like, this is no good. Like this is not how it looked when I did it the first time. This is not how it's supposed to look. My lips were just like swollen. Like there was no shape, there was nothing. It was just like two like swollen things. I think like they're a little uneven or something. Like I don't even remember what I told the guy, honestly. And he kept injecting. So I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die in this chair. We finish, and I'm like, oh yeah, they look fine. Because I'm like, okay, maybe it's just like the swelling. Maybe because this is the second time I'm doing it, like my lips are just gonna like react a little bit different. The doctor was like, you're already here. Let's get some of your blood. Let's do a lab test on you. Let's do this, let's do that. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just came here to do this thing. Like what is happening? So this man like sticks a needle in me, and I don't know what is his deal. Blood started squirting everywhere. Like clothes got full of blood, my arm was dripping blood, the chair was dripping blood. So I'm like, what is his problem? Like this man is gonna kill me here. When I'm done, he's like, oh yeah, it's $300 plus you have to pay $150 because you came into the office. So I'm like, what? I told him no. I was like, you told me $300, so I'm gonna pay you $300. And then he said, yeah, so we did your blood work, and then when we get the results, then you have to pay $150 to come in so I can tell you your results from the lab work. So I'm like, okay. I pay him the $300. and I go about my business. So I leave and it was horrible. Like my lips looked horrible, horrible, horrible. But I'm like, okay, let me chill out. I had a lash appointment. So I went to go do my lashes because I was like, I'll be fine, I'll be fine. So I get to my lash appointment and my lash tech is like, girl, your lips, like they were swollen, and they were red and they were bruising. So whatever I do my lashes, because I'm like, I need to do my lashes either way. So I'm doing my lashes and I'm like laying there and my lips start burning and burn. I finished my lash appointment home and things went downhill from there. Like my lips got like this big. My lips were bleeding, like blood was like gushing out. My whole mouth was like bruised up. Like I couldn't eat, I couldn't drink anything. Like if I would drink something, it would just like spit right out of my mouth. I was in so much pain. Like no matter what I did, I was like in pain. I ended up not going to work for I think more than a week because of how bad my lips were. It was horrible. This doctor is texting me every day telling me, oh, how do your lips look? Send me pictures. So then I told him, I'm like, there's something wrong with my lips. Like something is wrong. Like they look horrible. That's completely normal. Come by the office, you know, for a consultation so I can take a look at it. And I was like, I'm gonna come in, but you're not gonna charge me nothing. This man is out of control. So I went with my mom. I go to this consultation, and then after like hours of waiting for him, he finally like sees me and he was like, they look perfect. What's the matter? They look great. This is normal. And I'm like, I couldn't even, I was like, I was like, what's wrong with this guy? He was like, no, they're fine. He didn't do nothing. And I'm out. Because I was like, this situation could have been avoided, but I went anyways to not be rude and not go. And that would never happen to me again. After long time, they started getting better. They started like not as swollen, not as bruised. I stopped bleeding, and you know, they ended up getting a little bit better. They're uneven, they're a little uneven now. I have not gone to anybody else, you know, like fix what he did, because he did leave it like one side higher than the other. I was so traumatized from this situation with this doctor. I think that what happened to him was that he was trying to follow like trends, and he sees that a lot of people are doing lip fillers, like more like facial things. So he's trying to like keep up with what's going on, so he doesn't kind of like get left like in the back burner. And I think he tried to just like experiment on me, and I had let myself be experimented on. Basically, I had never looked up a review on him before I went. I didn't look for pictures. I didn't ask for pictures. I didn't see anybody that had done that with him prior. I just went because, you know, he was like, yeah, come on, do it, whatever. And I was like, okay. In Spanish, there's a saying, lo barato sale caro. It had cost me like a week of work. I couldn't go out. Like it was, you know, it was not fun. It was not a fun situation. It was like embarrassing. It was super embarrassing. Whatever, I got through it and I'm okay now. It's fine. So I really wanted to share like this situation with you guys, because it can happen. It happens all the time. I learned from it, and I hope it never happens to me again. I hope it never happens to none of you. Love you guys. Take care. Subscribe, like, dislike, whatever you want to do. And see you in the next one.